Alright everybody, here we have my new, and then not very new, but Kia Rio 5. I'm going to give you all a quick walk around. First things first, AC works, it's got an old Pioneer stereo. It needs a clean. Don't ask me what I'll do with that humongous hole yet, but I got an idea. There's literally a stick in the back. I got two new tires for the front. As you can tell, and I've looked over, it does not have any rust besides, I guess, by the Kia badge, the Rio badge, I should say. Some spray paint. I've got some headlight restoration kits. We're gonna do some stuff like the trim. I'm gonna give her a quick rinse to see any other imperfections. We're gonna take the wheels off. We're gonna spray the steelies black just so that is a little bit more appealing to the eyes. Here we have a dual overhead cam 16 valve engine. What I do know is that it's really reliable. I also know is it needs a very, very good clean from the engine bay, just so that if somebody looks at the engine bay, it doesn't look like
with your latch. And then, you got our guard possum.
First thing we're gonna do is a quick transition from a before and after and show you guys exactly why I like to clean cars before you get rid of them. So I know when buying vehicles off Marketplace, you run into some interesting things, but I've never ran into this. It's a live ecosystem, and the rest is fine. Holy cow. All right, well, looks cleaner than it did. It is still pretty gross. Honestly, the only part of it that's gross now is the old carpets and the super old seats, which is disgusting. However, now we're gonna get onto restoring the headlights. If you guys wanna see the full process, check out the YouTube short stories of this, and you guys can see the whole thing. Yeah, these tires are... I don't even know how I drove the 15 minutes back, but thank goodness we got these. Ooh. Alright, it is day 2 now that we got those sprayed. I am thinking about getting some hubcaps just because it looks a little better, but now we're going to start doing plastic trim, like the back bumper, side of the doors. We got some black spray paint. Let's just refresh it a little bit. We made it to Canadian Tire. We're gonna see what kind of hubcap options they have. Now these are only 14-inch trim, so I'm really hoping that there's something decent. All right, this is what we went with. All of the other ones, they didn't even look that good, and they were like 50 bucks more. These were about $60. Let's get them installed, and it should make the car look a little bit more nice to the eyes. They are not pretty, but it is more pretty than some ugly steelies. However, this side, the lug nuts that they installed are too long, so we're gonna have to Dremel a little bit off of the next one so we can still get it fitted on, and then it should be good to go. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get the trim off, and then we're gonna respray that, and then we're gonna get to washing the exterior and polishing it up. Look at this, and then look at the side. Pretty sure there's a decent difference. It's not beautiful, it's not perfect, but it definitely looks better than it did before. The last step for this car, in case you can't tell, look how shiny the paint on the hood is versus on the side. Before we list it on Marketplace, we're going to go over it completely with some new once-a-year polish. I'm going to show you guys a before and after. We're going to get it listed and then see what happens. This is the best part about polishing. See all this applicated stuff? Watch this. So satisfying. Look at that fender. So this part I did, this part I did not. Faded, shiny. This is why you do it to every vehicle you sell. Now check this out after the polish. Of course it does bring out some of the dings, but that is why when you list your stuff, you have pictures of all of that. But besides that, the paint and everything turned out way nicer than it was before. It looked like it hadn't been washed in a decade before, but now it looks nice and shiny. Now that we got most of it done, there's one last step. Now this is very, very important, especially when you're taking pictures to list your car. Let me show you. Here is our mythical weapon. Haha, tire shine.